Hi, everyone. It's Vahid Razavi. Today, I wanted to discuss the principles of GoAmour, and these are the principles that I believe in. And I'll be talking about it and promoting it across our site, goamour.com. And I wanted to review these with you and share them with you today. Um, the first principle is expanding the golden rule to include all beings and others, and the emphasis being on others. The biblical rule as to do unto others as you would want to have them do unto you. And its variations in various religions from Islam to Judaism to Buddhism, you name it. The emphasis here is two things. One is to do, so it's a rule of action. It's not to be simply sitting aside and not being active. Um, but the second part is doing it to others as you want to have done to you. So if you want justice for others, then expect justice for yourself. If you want kindness and love towards others, then expect that for yourself. And it's a two-way street. So the emphasis is really to do the action of caring and loving and be empathetic, but also expect that in return and what you receive. Second is to choose freely without prejudice and judgment of your for your own cravings of knowledge, whatever ism you're into, affiliations, organizations, ideologies, religions, AI tools, and others things that you want to use. The notion to be able to freely choose based on your own needs and based on your community's needs and based on your society's needs, and not to be dictated by others as to what you should choose. Third is the ability to terminate or to continue subscriptions to services, let those be medical services. There's a new weight loss drug, but you got to be on it for the rest of your life. Or there's knowledge that's provided, but you got to subscribe to it for a year or two. Or there's a new magazine or a new publication, and they require you to subscribe again annually just so that you can read one or two articles. And the fact is that you should be allowed to subscribe to AI, to subscribe to news articles, to subscribe to medicine as you see fit, as your needs change, to end and readjust these subscriptions. And the same goes with religion and ideologies. I'm not the same person I was when I was 18 and my teens. I'm not the same person I was in my 20s or 30s. My needs and the quest for knowledge has grown over the years, and it has changed, and I have evolved, and I'm sure you have too. So let's not be hooked onto any one set of tools and resources for the rest of our lives just because we subscribe to it. So things should be on demand as you need them. You want to read a good article? Great, compensate the journalist for it. But why should you go ahead and subscribe to a magazine or a newspaper that continues to put out information that may not be to your agreement or that you may question? Why do you need to subscribe to AI for life or for a year or two? Use it for what you need to use it for, and then be able to terminate that subscription based on your needs and your demands at the time. You paid for it, you compensated it for the compute power, be able to terminate and move on. Third and fourth is to love with knowledge, respect, caring, and responsibility. There was a book called The Art of Loving by Erich Fromm that I read when I was in early college years, and I appreciate his views towards love. There's really a couple of ways to know someone. One is through love and caring, like a farmer knows about his olive trees and what it takes to grow them and feed them and to make them healthy. Second part is through torture and pain and suffering, which is caused by instruments and organizations that I don't want to mention on this event and on this video. So to really know somebody, the way a mother knows what it takes to raise a child, um, and that's really important. Second part of that is respect, taking that olive tree for what it is, taking that child for what it is, and respecting it, and wanting to make sure that it grows to its best of abilities, not based on what you want and what you expect it to turn into. Third is caring, just like a mother cares for their child, just like a father gets up in the middle of the night and cares for their son or daughter, just like they try to protect them. Be caring towards the person you love. And fourth, and not last but not least, is to be responsible and responsibility in terms of responding to the other person's needs, being there for them when they need it the most, being there for your community, for your loved ones, for people in society that need your help, and responding to their needs as a fellow human being. So that's number four in terms of to love with knowledge, respect, caring, and responsibility, as it is in The Art of Loving by Erich Fromm. Number five is preservation and sanctity of principles of human rights and digital rights for ourselves and others. Human rights are enshrined in UN charters. Human rights have been around since the Great Cylinder of Cyrus the Great that's displayed at the UN. Human rights are talked about, but this day and age, it seems both human rights and digital rights are hard to find. It's a sad day in state of affairs. We all need VPNs, and we have an illusion that our content gets heard in the West, even though a lot of it is censored. Uh, in other parts of the world, they simply do not have the ability to connect and be able to see what's going on the internet. So digital rights and human rights are fundamental, and they need to be honored and protected at all levels. Number six is supporting organizations and institutions, ideologies that promote life in its many forms. Uh, and there are a lot of great organizations that do great work, that do great charity work, that are into protecting life and its many forms, sentient forms that we find today. And they need to be protected. They need to be supported. They need to be cherished. We need to lend our voices to these organizations. So please be picky on who you support and lend your voice to these organizations. Number seven, which is really important, is curing hate and violence if it can be cured. That's if it can be cured and changed. And if not, having it face judgment in this world and not the next. You know, why should we wait for Judgment Day for some of the evils that we are witnessing today all around the world? The death and destructions that are taking place. Why should we have to wait for Judgment Day to see the result of the actions of these people at The Hague or elsewhere to face criminal persecution for what they're doing to innocent civilians, mothers, children, and in the name of power, greed, or land grab, colonialism, whatever you want to call it? These people need to face justice on this earth. They need to answer for it on this earth. They need to be imprisoned for it in this earth, not in the next. So I hope you buy in on that principle. Number eight is a commitment to oneness. Oneness with fellow beings, oneness with nature, with the good of humanity, with God, with all forms of sentient beings and life. The whole notion of oneness. I don't know what your higher power is. Some people are atheists, some people are agnostic, some people believe in music. There's a lot of things that can unite us. And the image behind me that you see that's used on GoAmour, the website, it's really bringing that oneness together through love and understanding of all these different elements, living side by side and understanding one another. Number nine is focusing on not just the mere length of existence, but the quality of that existence. Every day we're told that we're lucky because we get to live a long time. Yes, we might be lucky to live a long time, but what is the quality of that life? That matters. It is simply not the quantity of our existence that we should be keeping track of, but the impact and the quality of life that we have and what we do for future generations that is important. So, those are the primary nine principles. The 10th principle is I don't know it all. I don't have all the answers. This is not a complete list. Actually, I encourage people, and the reason I'm holding these events and I'm launched the site GoAmour is to add to the list, to make it better. To encourage you to add content to it, to make the list as long as you want. As long as the first nine conditions you agree with, you're welcome to expand and to bring in your philosophy, your religion, your views on politics, on how we can make it better, and make this list as long as you want. So thank you so much, and I hope you join us at one of our upcoming events on the first of every month. And you can learn more about it at goamore.com. Thanks again. Signing off, Vahid Razavi.